Hey Princeton Tigers, so today we're going to continue reviewing solving one-step equation using inverse operations. So first, really quickly, let's go through the inverse of all the operations. What is the inverse of addition? Right, it's subtraction. What is the inverse of subtraction? Addition. What is the inverse of multiplication? Division. And then what is the inverse of division? Multiplication. In these blanks, right, you can solve one-step equations using inverse operations. All right, so we're going to go over the first three examples. First, we have x minus 9 equals 5. The operation we're doing here is subtraction, so I need to do the inverse in order to get x by itself. So I'm going to do plus 9 on both sides. What is minus 9 plus 9? This becomes 0 because if you take something away and then give it back, you're just left with what you had originally, which was x. But then on the other side of the equation, we have 5 plus 9. What is 5 plus 9? 14. So the answer to the first one is x equals 14. All right, for the second one, again, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get x by itself on one side of the equation. So how can I undo this divided by 1? I can do the opposite. What's the opposite of division? Multiplication. So I can multiply this by 1 on both sides. On this side, we just undid the operation, so we'll just end up with x. On the other side, we'll have 2 times 1. What's 2 times 1? 2. So x equals 2. For our third one, what operation are we doing? We are subtracting. So in order to get x by itself, I need to undo what I have here. So I need to undo it by using the inverse operation. I'll add 5 to both sides. So I'll have x equals what? 13. Okay, let's do 3 more together. So for my next problem, I have 5x equals negative 3. What does it mean when you have a number next to a variable like you do right here? Yeah, that means we're multiplying. So how can we undo the multiplication? I can divide. So I'll have 5x divided by 5 equals negative 3 divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 equals what? This becomes 1. So I have 1 times x. 1 times x is x. And I can just leave this answer as a fraction, or if you want to use a calculator and convert it to a decimal, you'll get x equals negative 6/10. Okay, for our next one, again, what does it mean when you have a number next to a variable? Multiplication. What is the inverse of multiplication? Division. So we want to do the opposite. We can divide. This will become 1 on this side, and we'll have x equals 8 divided by 8. What is 8 divided by 8? 1. Lastly, we have x minus 8 equals negative 9. What operation are we doing here? Subtraction. I need to do the opposite, so I need to add 8 to both sides. So now I have x equals negative 9 plus 8. Go ahead and do this on a calculator if you don't know how to add integers, and it'll be negative 1.